Welcome, gentlemen, to today's video. You see, I'm allowed to say that because I'm confident not a single one of you are female. Anyways, today I am ranking all of the playable characters from every single modern Resident Evil game. This includes the main characters like Jill and Leon, but also the characters that you play as for small sections of the game like Ashley and RE4. This is by far my biggest project yet, so if you could like, sub, and comment what your list would be, I would greatly appreciate it. Enough said, let's get to the ranking. There's not much to be said about Sherry. She didn't really have any interesting qualities in the game. The only good part about her was when she escaped the orphanage by herself, so give her some credit. But other than that, she is a very boring character who doesn't really have a reason to be there other than just like a quest. I think that Mia would be higher on the list if she had more screen time in both RE7 and RE8, but that's not the case. We barely learn a single thing about her for the majority of RE7. All we know is that she's Ethan's wife, and that's about it. In RE8, we think she's dead until the last 10 minutes. I think my favorite moment with Mia would have been the beginning of RE8, where we see the whole family living a normal life after the events of RE7. But newsflash, that wasn't even her. That was Miranda, disguised as Mia. So screw me, I guess. I understand that a lot of people like Ada for, reasons, but I was just never a fan of her. Ada's entire personality is that she's a mysterious agent, so we don't learn a lot about her, so it's hard for me to grow a liking. But she does save Leon a couple of times throughout RE2 and RE4, so that does bring her up a little bit. Side note, I could not care less about the romance between her and Leon. Like, get that out of here. I don't play Resident Evil for romance. I play it so I can shoot Salazar right in his stupid face.
You talk too much.
Alright, I'll concede on this one. Even though I love RE8, I can't rightfully put Ethan higher than this. He is just a pretty uninteresting character who doesn't really have a personality. And one thing not helping his case is the fact we never see his face a single time, so it's a little hard to grow a connection to a character that I've never seen the face of. Despite this, one redeeming factor of Ethan is how much he protects his loved ones. Like, his wife went missing for 3 years and he still went to some random crack house in Louisiana just for a chance to find Mia. And even after learning that his daughter had been dismembered, he was still determined to save her because the Do the Roar kid from Shrek told him it was possible. I don't really have much to say about Claire. Alright, next character. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, Claire is just a pretty solid character who doesn't have many standout qualities. The thing I enjoyed the most about her is probably her friendship with Leon, but that might be because it's Leon. Alright, now, next character. Following up his sister is Chris, who I believe is a better character. By the way, this ranking is just based on him in RE8 because I haven't played the other games that he is a main character in, so keep that in mind. I like what they do with Chris in RE8, because at first he is introduced as this jerk who invaded Ethan's house, stole his daughter, and railed his wife. With a gun, meaning he shot her a lot. Not like that, Anyways, this will put him pretty low on the list. But then it's revealed that he's been doing this to try and protect Rose from Miranda. Also, playing as Chris at the end of RE8 is one of the coolest moments in the entire game. I just wish we got to see him a little more. Although we didn't get to see Jill very much because the RE3 remake is so frickin' short, what we do see is that Jill is a complete badass who survives multiple encounters with Nemesis and still has the strength to carry on. That is literally all I wrote. I guess I didn't have much to say about her. Goes to show how short the remake is. Carlos is the first character on this list that I actively enjoyed the whole way through the game. Like, yeah, the previous ones are good, like Jill and Chris, but every time Carlos was on screen, I was happy. I'm sure everyone can agree that the best kinds of characters are the ones that joke around when they probably shouldn't. It's like when Spider-Man is in the middle of a fight and in between punches, he insults the villain on their lack of a father figure. I love it. And Carlos is no different. He's just casually throwing out jokes while his friend is getting mauled by a group of zombies. He's just trying to lighten the mood. Give the guy a break. And also, the Carlosless World line is like peak writing, peak riz, peak everything. I don't know why anybody like makes games anymore, because they peaked with that one singular line. Some of you may be shocked by this placement. I think that's because you are all thinking of the original Ashley. But I can assure you this new Ashley is 10 times better than the old one, because in this game she doesn't sound like a dog that's been hit by a car. In the remake, Ashley has a personality and actually feels like a person you want to be around, as opposed to the original where she felt like an annoying nuisance most of the time. Also, I like seeing her care for Leon. Like in this scene, she breaks a window for Leon to escape through. The original Ashley would never do that. She would just stand there and go, "Leon, Leon," like, girl, if you don't shut the fuck. There should be no controversy with this pick, and no one should be shocked that I'm putting Leon at the top of the list. If you watched my previous Resident Evil videos, which you should, you would know how much I love Leon. He's the same as Carlos, where he likes to crack jokes while roundhouse kicking some elderly person in the neck. It's also interesting to see how the events of Raccoon City changed him. In RE2 he was just some rookie cop, but in RE4 he is a Giga Chad that is so much cooler than anyone else on this list. Let me reiterate, I will die on this hill that Leon is the best Resident Evil character, and maybe even the best video game character ever. And if anyone disagrees, I will come to your house and in Grand Theft Auto. Woo, that got a little heated near the end, but hey, we made it. I know I didn't rank any of the DLC characters, that's because I've only played the RE8 DLC. Big shocker. So if this video hits 100 likes, I'll rank the DLC characters. I know it's a big goal, but let's see if we can do it. And with that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.